Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a fantastic day and continue to do so. I will attempt the same. Captain History, 99, Clan AVT, and his Standard B on Pilsendorf, Himmel's Pilsen. Several videos on Pilsen lately. I don't know what it is about this map, but it seems to be in the rotation of the videos that I'm making. He is bottom tier, 2-tier battle though, so not too bad. Let's see what he does here. He sent me a note. So he's got 2 replays for me. He's trying to do the... Well, this did Coalition 15 for the Excalibur for him, so that's nice. So he had a good game, went to the track, but noticed that no one went to our sniper hill, so he went there himself. We'll talk about that when we get there. And I don't want to spoil the rest of it. All right, let's see how it goes. Not a bad initial decision, I think. Medium auto reloader. Let's go ahead and head over to the 0 line, see what we can do. You could play this as a support tank in the factories, but my goodness, you're looking at a 705, a Maus, an E50M, M103, a Lorraine 52. There's some pretty big beef. So yes, you could be effective in there, but any return shots that you're not able to make completely miss are going to go right through this poor tank. I don't know how many, I haven't done a lot of videos on this tank. It's a good tank, it's a popular tank. Tier 9 Italian. The Standard B. It's got the auto reloader with 3 shells. Pretty good, man. Not bad. Well, let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and come up to the sniper hill, he said. Now, this position has always kind of fascinated me. I don't think I have ever gone here, at least not in a very long time. Certainly not at the beginning of the game. Now, I've been killed from this position, and that's its corollary down to the south by making inopportune, I would say, pushes on the 0 line. But let's see how Captain History deals with this. Now, that's one of the problems. The Charfoucheur is down low, but he actually just pushes up and over. And now he is shottable. So Standard B is going to have a good time shooting this guy. Unfortunately, he goes dark. 50-51 is hanging out in the bushes. There are some snipers on the 0 line. And Captain History. So he's gone a little too far, but we find this guy being silly, so we shoot him. I guess, yeah, he's shooting across the middle. The 50-51 loses its mind, decides to go straight across, takes a hit, eats another one. So we soften that guy up. Our 50-51 is probably out of ammo, although they're facing a 268-4, which is just going to start nuking people. I think they hide behind the corpse because they last a little longer than I would have expected. Remember, the 268-4 has a really long reload. Relatively speaking, anyway. And this is kind of why this position is, I don't know. It's a support position. If there's shots, it's really great. This guy thinks he's hiding or he's AFK or I don't know what, but he dies. Nice little push forward to do that. You didn't actually get lit doing that, so nobody had line of sight. TVP gets nuked by the enemy G-Sword, who's not the real Colonel. Who is the real Colonel? That's what I want to know. And where is he? Where is he and what is he doing? So we have the G-Sword Scout. We have another Standard B over there. All right. So this sequence right here, the TVP 50-51 starts coming up. So playing the game, you go to your initial spot. Not my favorite spot, but nobody, like you said, nobody was there, and you did some work there. You did 1,642. So if you're in a spot, you make a good decision, and there's shots, and you're continuing to shoot, then great. That's great. You're supporting your guys on the 0 line. Your team really isn't in a position to make any kind of push over here, although if you could whittle these guys down a little bit, then you could move out. You still have a 268-4, which is a lot of beef. So he can definitely get in there and start wrecking face. So what's the next problem? Well, let's just see what you're doing here, because I thought this was kind of interesting. Taking a look at the G-Sword, like, all right, what's the Standard B doing? Like, holy crap. That is one of the most dangerous things in this game, looking down the soda straw and not noticing something come along on the mini-map, or you haven't come up for air to look around, and a guy gets into a proxy light position on you, and you're out in the open, right? You're in the bush thinking you're good. That guy sneaks up underneath you, and then 42,000 shots come from the other side and delete you. So now he's a problem, right? He's got to go. Or we got to go. We can't really sit there. We could, but we're not doing anything good. I like this. We get outside of the circle to go dark. We're probably protected as well as possible from other things. Although their 268.5, if you notice, is starting to kind of look around this area. He's going to move around over here. We take a look. We see this dude take an opportunistic shot, back out. And now that 268.5 it's looking to me like he wants to come around and get a shot on you right here. It's hard to see if he's actually around the corner or not. I don't see a highlight on the guy, but I'd be very careful with that. We're going to back out. We should have been dark from the 50-51. So the next plan for me anyway is let's try to peel this 50-51 out of here if we can, without getting killed by the G-SOAR and the standard B and the 268.5. So he makes a move up onto the ledge right there. I thought you might be going at him. I like how you backed out here, and just so he wouldn't proxy light you again. No sense letting him know you're still around there. And then it seems to me like you're going to go ahead and try to come around here and get rid of this dude. We'll talk about this approach and how you might go about this. We come around the corner. There he is. All right, we got him lit. That's good. Take a look. I like this. Let's see if the G-SOAR and standard B are staring there. We don't want to just drive boneheadedly around the corner. Now let's talk about this right here. So where's he going to be? I'm going to zoom out. He's going to be here, or he's going to be around this corner. So how do I get shots on him? For me, my approach would be to go to this slag pile, or maybe to this slag pile, straight across. The reason I want to go over here is that'll open up all these shots. It'll also protect me from the guys that are sitting out here. What we end up doing, this guy actually comes around the corner, interestingly, about right now. We find him, so I'm going to go right by this guy. I'm not going to ram into him and slow down and let him stop me. I'm going to cut right and I'm going to go right for this slag pile. And the turret will turn and I'll keep shooting him as I go. And maybe he misses because I'm moving. And this, like, I'm definitely not going to back up, because now the two G-SOAR and standard B are going, oh, delicious. All we got to do is pop up and over and we'll finish this guy off. Unfortunately, the TVP was reloaded and he hit you 3 times. Then we take one more hit from the standard B. We're trying to get away from this guy. I like that cut towards the slag pile, and this dude just misses. Oh, thank goodness, because we only have 47 hit points, right? I think you avoid the standard B shot and the G-SOAR even having a chance if you just kept trucking. Let your turret turn towards that guy and get to this slag pile. The only danger of that is potentially if he keeps going, he gets around that corner before you can finish him off. But I think your patent deals with him then. So now you're basically where I would have been. I don't think he can really hide from you in any direction other than completely going around this corner right here. And I don't think he gets away from you. But we lived. As you mentioned in your note, it's not whether you got lucky or not, it's what you do with the rest of the game. The game is still in the balance. It's 4-5. 268-4 and the T49 are moving, so I like that you're going to push forward and kind of support these guys. There's the G-SOAR, so he's not looking. Thank goodness the standard B wasn't sitting on one of those corners. But I like the aggression right here. And I think the G-SOAR shows up. The T49's coming, we're like, oh geez, and we kill him. Fantastic. Also, thank goodness the GW Tiger's not really paying attention over here right now, because you're an easy splash. Now, where is that standard B? Where, oh where could the standard B go? There he is. So he's falling back to the sniper hill. Probably a good idea for him. He ends up killing... No, he doesn't. Somebody kills something else. Nice shot there. So we take him down to basically a one shot. He's hiding behind that stuff. T49's going in. He unwisely starts moving. You gotta love that, man. That's amazing. Crayons taste purple. He unwisely started moving before he'd gone dark. Did you notice his marker was moving back, and the 268-4 just timed it? Said, yep, he's moving into the bush. He was too early to start while he was still lit. That's a common mistake. I do it myself. Basically, if you count to about 10, there are a couple things out there that will keep you lit longer. At least one skill, I think. The radio relay or whatever it is. There's the one that spots, and then there's the radio relay one, but that's if you're dead. So there's at least the one radio skill, I believe it is, that keeps things lit longer if you tee it up. But 10 seconds roughly should more or less do it. Problem is, sometimes you don't know when the last thing stopped seeing you was, if that makes sense. Especially if you're being seen from angles, and you may be being seen from an angle you don't know, like a scout or something hidden. You might see the one you think has spotted you go dark, and then you might think, all right, I'll go 10 from there, and then something else had you lit for a little while longer. I kind of like this right here. We kind of go where this bush is. If that was on purpose, it's a really nice move. Guy gets a little bit behind the rocks right there, so that's good awareness of the map. We shut that dude down, and we're up to 4,460, and really, all of a sudden, this game has completely collapsed into your favor. So your guys in the factories over there did some good work and beat them up. You guys doled this push, then got the 50-51 out, cleaned up the dudes that were down here in the slag piles and the one that had fallen back, and then sweep around behind it, and now it's the beauty of Crossfire. Your 268 Ford just waded into the heavy stuff and took them out. I mean, this is pretty much exactly what you want to have happen on this kind of game. And I think you get in one more shot here. The T-49 takes a big chunk out of him. Nope, never mind. You didn't get a shot. Takes the whole... Oh, that's right. This shot is pretty amazing right here. The guy just gets out of the way just enough, and we... Oh, right into the side. I have no idea how that pinned, but it did. 4,499 damage, 5 kills. A little bit of a kill stealer from way far away, but nicely done right there all around. I like that. My only quibble, the initial positioning, it is what it is. At this point, you went to a good spot. You were getting shots. So there you go. I don't normally go to that spot, but of course... You analyze what was going on. I thought that was a pretty good decision. Oh, nobody's up there. Let me jump up there, see if we can get a little crossfire on their dudes on the zero line if they push. If they don't push, then we'll reassess and go from there. So not a bad move. And you had shots. The only big issue was the way you pushed in against the 50-51. Always try to think about when you're making those pushes, to the max extent possible anyway, how to minimize exposure from other angles and other tanks that you know about or positions that you know about. And you also know that sniper position down here in the south, right? So if you got up against this slag pile, just go right by that guy and hide up against this. You might have done a little bit better. I think maybe you could have saved one shot. I think the TVP was going to hit you 3 times right there, no matter what you did, right? Just like you hit him 3 times. All right there, Captain History 99. Thanks for sending me that replay. Much appreciated. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. That is all I've got. We will see you.